How's it going, Scrub Gamers? Welcome back to another video here at Scrub Games, and today we have another episode of our previously in DBSCG series, in which we go over the week's news in one video at the end of it, so you don't have to go looking day to day to find out what's going on. And today we've got quite a bit of news. We got it was all dropped really in one day, and that was like the actual official look at the new cards we're getting in the second regional season, being the June to August, and also a look at the tokens, a look at the event pack cards a bit closer up, the winner card, and also a little bit of information about the pricing for the third season of regionals, being from September to November before finals, and also the Webcam Locals results from from all Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday events. So if you're interested in all that, stay tuned. And also, if you do want to support the channel, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps the channel out greatly. We're on our way to 1,000 subs, and we're getting close to at least 3/4 of the way there. And we've got a giveaway coming up soon because we recently hit 700. And also, by clicking the notification bell, you can get alerts to when my videos do drop, so you know then to watch them or that they're about to watch at a later time. And yeah, all that's great, appreciated. Thank you all subscribers and everything like that. And let's get on to the video and check out the news from this week, as we usually do. So, starting off with some of the champ pack cards, we got, just like with the first lot, we got 5 champ pack cards, and they're not as generic and not as powerful as the last ones. Like the first lot, they just were like completely generic cards that were insanely good and are still insanely good, but then have had the prices drop since they were first released because more is in circulation. But these ones, they're more archetype focused on certain decks, so unless you're playing them, there's not as much value because they're not as generically powerful or as valuable. So first one we have is the Yamcha. We did also try to guess the effects on them previously when we first got it, when we had to squint and see if we can make out what they do, and we found out most of it, like some of it's quite simple, like with the keywords on top and the stats and stuff like that. But this one, the red one, is Yamcha Attack Fury, and as you can see, we've got 2 on the screen. We got the normal version you get, you can potentially get gold or just silver, and the one that's supposed to be the in-person one, which if you've been to some of the ones to see the Shatterfall, there's barely any difference. That you can only just tell in like the power, name, comma power, and like the cost of the card. You can tell a little bit with like the shimmer, but you can barely tell. Like I was there, I spent about 10 minutes I think trying to figure it out until I realized that yeah, it's a little bit different. There's like a tiny little difference between gold and Shatterfoil in the name and stuff. Like a little bit more of a sparkle. So yeah, it's not much, but then when people are charging like £5 for that little bit difference, then yeah, it becomes a bit crazy. But yeah, so you got on the right, you've got the normal version, and then you got on the left, you got the one with the sparkly out, the shattered foil apparently, or it might even be a different foil because it looks a lot more prominent. Hopefully the foiling is a bit more prominent on these new ones because it looks like they might have changed it a bit, but only time will tell when you get them. But yeah, so with Yamcha, he's a 2 cost 15k with deflect and 2 autos, first one being limit 1. And it's if your leader is a red Yamcha card, it's the cost. When this card is played from your hand, you draw 1, then you play up to 1 mono red Earthling only card with energy cost of 2, with original energy cost of 2, or less from your hand. And then this card gains 10k power for the turn, so that's not too bad. Drawing it, like when you play it from your hand, draw a card, play another card, and then this card becomes a 25 for the turn, which is cool. And this seems to support, I think, both the set 5 Yamcha deck and also the set 10 Yamcha deck, because they both have like, it seems like the kind of effects kind of support both those. And the second auto is once per turn, that requires Sparking 5, so if you don't remember what Sparking does, it means to trigger this, you need 5 cards in your drop to be able to trigger this effect. So 5 cards in your discard, and then when an opponent's battle card is killed but in a battle with this card, you draw 1 card, switch this card to active mode, and this card gains critical for the turn. So that's quite cool, killing something with this card, especially when it's 25 base when it comes down. You get to then draw an additional card, and now you're a crit swing, which is cool. But only single strike crit swing is not too bad, but still, it's got deflect, protect from coming in, and that's quite strong. And if you're swinging at something that's very, very small, they're either like using up a counter to stop this from attacking and killing it, or a lot of common power in the hand to stop you from getting all that value. So it's not too bad. Not amazing, but still not too bad for the Yamcha deck. Then we move on to the blue one, because there's one for each color. And the blue one is a Kefla, and this looks to be support for the Kale deck, the one that ramps. So this is SS2 Kefla, Ultimate Patara, Fusion Bond. And you see both again. We have the normal one on the right, starting on the left, and then on the right we have the one that's supposed to be the Shatterfoil one. So you can tell like in these pictures there's a bit of difference, but I'm not sure yet because I think we've only had one event in the world that so far had these giving out, and I think that was a Latin one. So people aren't very good at taking pictures and showing off things, especially when we get spoiler season and people will leak stuff. People just decide to take the shittest photos ever instead of taking decent quality photos to send out. Like, I don't know if they're in a rush to get through and they're going to get caught or whatever, but people just don't seem very good at taking pictures. But then, yeah, with this one, it's a 7-drop with 35k power. It's got triple strike and 3 autos, and they're all pretty powerful. So, the first auto is when this card is played from your hand, you choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, place it at the bottom of the deck, and then you get to choose up to one of your blue KL leaders, and basically place 2 cards from top of your deck underneath it. So get you essentially 2 ramps during your player's turn, which is cool. And barrier removal, still 7 drops, quite costly, but since that deck's focus is the ramp and focus on playing Universe 6 stuff, that's not too bad for it. But this card will also be a nice one to add to a cute, pretty powerful one at that as well. And then we've got the auto when this card is second one, which is when this card attacks. You draw 3, then your opponent places 3 cards from hand at the bottom of the deck. So drawing 3, making bottom decking 3, but giving a 6-card difference in resources is pretty strong. So yeah, that's a pretty good effect. But then you want out the 7 cost that you're not going to be able to cheat out really. And then the last auto is at the end of your turn, switch to 1 of your energy to active mode. I know there's speculation behind the numbers on this, and I know people were expecting it to be untapped 2 or 3 energy, but yeah, it's only 1 energy, but you still get quite a bit for the other ones. So that's a pretty good card. But then it supports a pretty bad deck. When I say bad, it's a ramp deck where there's a lot better ramp strategies, and the ramp strategies aren't doing that well. Also, like blue isn't doing very well at the moment unless it's paired with green, which is saying something, when 2 colors have to team up just to be a good color. So that's the blue one. Then we move on to the green one. So it's the one that I am personally looking forward to, and I think a fair few people are looking forward to because it's quite a cool one, and green is a fun color. So we got Gogeta, Birth of the Ultimate Warrior. Once again, on the left, we've got the normal one and Shatterfoil on the right. And this is a 6 cost 20k in support for the green Gogeta BR deck. So one from set 19. And it's like another good, there's a better 6-drop target, but then the only problem with it is that it doesn't, like the ever 6-drop, allow you to use the cards in your Z energy as Union Fusion, which is the whole gimmick of the deck. So taking out the gimmick from the card that's supporting it is pretty bad, but then once again we see a lot of time with Bandai, they seem to like favor certain decks a lot, and it's like they just forget things on the on certain decks to actually include good mechanics, and this seems to be one of them. So its effects are, it's got 3 effects. First one is Union Fusion, which is paying 1 green, and if you have 2 or more energy and you draw a card, use a green Son Goku BR and green Vegeta BR card, and it's got to be from your hand, not from your Z energy like the other one does. But still, you're going to be replace itself because your leader's going to then get you a troll from that as well, so you're going to go -1 on this essentially. And then you go into the auto, which is limit 1. If it's your turn, when you combo, draw 1 card, and this card can't be KO'd until the end of your opponent's turn. That doesn't matter though, because the fact that, well, you're going to be sending it off either straight away for the activate, well, after attacking with it with the activate main, or it's going to get warped, bounced, it's going to get minus down, it's going to get removed without being KO'd, because KO is not the only way to really remove a card. There's multiple different ways that can get around that, so it's not as strong as it would. It would be nice if it had barrier instead, but then beggars can't be choosers when it comes to Bandai and cards, especially with green ones. Then we got the activate main on it, which is also limit 1, which is 1 green. If you have 4 more energy and you add this card to your Z energy, and remember this, because when it doesn't specify where from the Z energy, that means from the battle area. So unless it actually specifies an area, it's always assumed to be the battle area. And that's the cost, and then the effect is to play up to 1 green Gogeta BR card with energy cost of 8 from your Z energy, and that card gains dual attack for the turn. If you forget what the 8-drop does, it's got it's a 35k barrier that can't be KO'd, and when it's played, it KOs something through barrier, and you should put a discard 1, and then essentially you bring out for what is 2 energy, a 35k double striker that can attack twice, and KO something through barrier, and make sure to discard 1 card from hand. So it's not too bad, but then it's a lot of work, and it's waiting quite late with the 4 energy as well. Still, it's a very good card to help improve that deck, so that's always welcome. So that's the green one. Then we go on to yellow, and the yellow one is support for the old Broly BR yellow lead, the old promo lead that was busted until Bandai had to crack the whip and errata it twice to make it so it was fair and balanced, and then it just got filtered out through power creep. But then it gets support, which is very odd for it, but then you get support through Paragus Sieving for Revenge. And once again, left side, normal, right side, Shatterfoil. And this is a 4-drop 20k, and it's got 3 effects, all limit 1. And the first one is an auto, which is when your yellow Broly BR card is switched to active mode by your leader skill. Switch this card to active mode, then add the top card of your deck to your life. So if you don't remember what that leads, it allows, when you're awakened, it allows you to take you're allowed to take a card from your life to your hand, and switch one of your Broly BR cards to active from rest mode to active mode, so the leader can choose itself, and the auto on the leader to draw a card when it attacks is not like limit 1 or anything, because it's before that whole thing. So this is quite nice in that you'll be able to switch this to active, use your leader's effect, well, swing with this, swing with your leader, then use your leader's effect to take a life to restand itself, and then this card will then restand itself as well, and replace that life with a top card of your deck, so you're not losing life to use these strong effects. So that's quite nice for that. That's very good. And you can play this out cheaper in the activate main. So the other 2 are activate main skills. The first one is how you play it out by paying 2 yellow, and if your leader is a yellow Broly BR card and your opponent has 2 or more energy, so you at least you're relying on your opponent to get to at least turn 2 before you can drop this. And you get to play this card from your hand, then add up to 1 card from your life to your hand to help you awaken quicker, so you can flip over and get the max benefit, which is quite nice. And then you got another effect, which is if you go later in the game and you get to 4 energy, you get to have access to this effect as well, which is activate main limit 1. By paying 1 yellow, if you have 4 more energy is the requirement, choose up to 1 of your yellow Broly BR leaders, and it gets 5k power until the end of your opponent's next turn, until the end of your opponent's turn. So that's really nice, because that allows you to be a 20k base leader, and now we're seeing a fair few leaders that get Z leaders, that 20k base, making it harder to push through and give you bigger swings. But then like they have a big restriction on like what life you have to be out for it. But yeah, giving your leader a nice little boost is quite cool. So this kind of gives a good bit of support for the old Broly BR leader. But then yellow has the issue of there's normally the best generic leader, and unless there's a leader that does something that's niche that's very good in yellow, it's not better than the most generic leader, and we've got Margin Vegeta for that at the moment. So yeah, this is a very good card. So this might bring it to limelight, might give it a bit more playability for that lead, but it's still a decent one, just not as generic as say like the Sin promo. Then we go on to the last one of these 5, because there's 1 for each color, and we get 1 for the Demon Realm stuff, and this is a Toa. So it's a Toa Dark Demon Realm Madness, and this is probably the better one, the more generic one out of the lot, because it can go into more decks and be useful in more decks than it can be for the rest. And once again, left is normal, right is Shatterfoil, and this is a 2 cost 15k, 0 cost 5k combo power. It's got Deflect and Critical, which is quite cool, and it's got Swap Free, so it can help. That's a bit of support for the Deborah swap deck. So swap free, limit 1, Toe with energy cost of 3 or less. And the nice thing about that is it doesn't have Spirit Boost, so you don't need to. You're not required to have a Unison on board to take a marker off the swap out into a 3-cost Toa, and you have the bottom deck one as well. So the like negatives of the Deborah swap deck being that you have to have a Unison, the Spirit Boost to do it, and also bottom deck a card from your hand to do it. None of that hindrances on this. Just bring it out, swap straight into a 3-drop after attacking with it, which is quite cool. And especially getting a 15k crit is really nice early as well. Especially since the 3-drop you go into gets draws your card and also gets 2 attacks, and it's got dual attack at I think 15 to 20k, which is very, very nice. So yeah, a very welcome support there, Deborah swap in that bit. Then we've got 2 alters on it. The first one is when this card is played, choose one of your opponent's battle cards, sent to his warp, and this card gets 5k power for the turn, so making it a 20k crit, and removal of something on your opponent's board, like a blocker or something you don't want them keeping there, is very nice as well. So that's very, very good. And then we got the other effect. The effect is more generic for this deck, and it is also Spirit Boost 1. 1 black. If your leader, well, if your Demon Realm race or Demon God card is in a battle, so it could be a leader card, battle card, unison card, whatever, you just need to make a mark off a unison and pay 1 black. When this card is used in the combo, your card that's in a battle gains 10k power and double strike for the battle. So that's pretty cool. This is like a 15k. It's like a 15k combo like Champa for Demon Realm race, Demon Gods. So like things like Shroom Salsa, you got Tabor Swap, and Demon Realm race decks. They get a nice little boost in, like they get their own Champa as well, which is pretty cool. That's one of the best things about this, is just being able to have a Champa to help finish off games in decks like that. So it's going to be very welcome to Tabor Swap. I know me and a few other people that play in the ScrubGames Webcam Locals are going to enjoy playing this when we can get our hands on it, and playing some Tabor Swap for a fun little tournament. So that's the 5 for the champ packs. Then we move on to some of the ever cards we're going to get, and that is the alt art winners. So for each time we get 3 different alt arts winners, and for the last one we had the Goku Goliora, Assimilated Ability Piccolo, and we had the Calamity Trunks for the last lot. And then for the new lot we get these, and it does feel like a joke in picking these. Like we've seen for the pricing for this lot, which is the second season of regionals in a sense, and it's very Invoker focused, even though Bandai trying like not really support Invoker, giving us a new Invoker, and now they're giving us these. And the Android 17, the most valuable player, makes sense because it's a nice alt art, good, stronger errated version as well. So you got the actual errata on it with and a new look at the version, not too bad, because the other one was errated not long after being released, because they realised that they fucked up. And we're getting a new version of that, so if you can't get the winner version, unfortunately, Peter, you're gonna, yeah, Invoker's terrible. You're having a hard time getting him, because should have won him. But getting a nice little look at, like, a nice art of this with the actual errata on, so people can don't have to, like, remember the erratas there. That's quite cool, and it supports Invoker. Then you got Mega Frieza, like a staple in all yellow decks with a nice little art version as well. That's quite cool. But then we get given this SSB Vegeta, a card that's not been played in any Invoker deck since, can't remember it. Like it's been a good while since it's been released, and a card that's not even played or even been requested either. And they decided to chuck that in alt art. Well, there's so many different alt arts they could have put in there. There's so many different ever cards they could have put in instead of this card, and it just feels bad. Like even in the last lot, the last lot we had Godliora, which people wanted to go with the Vegeta, the Piccolo, which hadn't been reprinted, hadn't been reprinted outside of Judge, like a Judge promo, and a Calamity Trunks, which at least the Calamity Trunks out of the 3 that was the less wanted. At least that was playable. This card's not fucking playable, so it just feels like a joke for this one. So this feels a little bit less, but that Mecha Freeze is looking nice, and the most valuable player is looking like a good one, just to at least have the errata on it as well. So that is the alt art. Then we move on to the event pack stuff. So we got some event packs, and for some reason they've increased the event packs from 10 different cards in the pack to 18. So it increases to have more cards in the event packs, but still have the 1 card per pack. So, but they at least have some very good options in this one, which is quite cool. So the red ones we got Son Goku Divine Presence as one of them. Trunks Delusion Power, which is a card that's been used quite a bit. But the funny thing is they keep doing is when they got cards like this, which is like a set where every color has got one, they don't print all of them, all the ones in each color in this pack. They put like 1 or 2, like with the last event pack we saw they put in the Demagicate in Mai and Borgos in, but they didn't put the other ones like Chi-Chi, Gohan or Vegeta in it. So it's only if you play blue or red you got the Demagicate in an actually foil version, whereas the other colors didn't. But then they're releasing more in this one, like they're covering over different packs. So we get Trunks Delusion Power, I think we get the blue one as well, which is in a bit, but we don't get the other ones in a nice little foil that people want. So which is interesting, and also re-release of the Friendly Rival Frieza as well, the one that could help that Invoker players that want to get to put the extra cards in the drop, and was only released in the star deck, which is cool, so that's not too bad. And as we see, there's 2 every time we have a event pack. They have one that has like the SR type foiling, so I have like gold foiling on the event pack. And we've got on this, like there's 2 in this one instead of 1 because of the amount of cards in it. And Goku Divine Presence is one of the SR like looking ones with the, well, because it actually is an SR with the gold foiling on it as well. So these are the 3 of the red ones. Then we go to some of the blue ones. So we got Gohan Baby's Minion, because that's used as a thing and it's just a nicer print. Shoot Delusive Power, so we got the blue ones. We don't have any of the other ones printed in this set, like with foil. So once again, blue and red getting the priority with reprints in foil, like more foily kind of looks, but the other colors don't. And then a new card in Mr. Boo Friendship. Yeah, the Oob deck is pretty bad. But those are the blue ones, and we get more blue ones in a net Realm of the Gods Spirit Destroyers. So we also, once again, they reprinted the Realm of the Gods Spirit Destroyers, but not the Ever Realm of the Gods. So I know this one was the most played out of the other ones. Well, there was Black Kamehameha and stuff like that. But it just seems weird how they just reprint one of the, like a card that's got a set, like a card that's got a version of itself in each different color, but they reprint one of the cards in one of the colors, but not the rest. It seems weird. And we got Gokul, the Legendary Fusion, because Gotenks has been seen play. And there we go, we got the Vegeta Protector's Loved Ones. So these are the green D-Magic reprinted as well in this. Then we got the next one, and we got Chi-Chi, the D-Magic, so that's in, but just don't have the black one yet, being Gohan. So we'll probably have to wait till the event pack 13 to get that one. Then we got the green Goku, believing in his son. I'm not sure if this was one of the cards that needed a reprint. Well, needed a errata. But yeah, we get this one in the event pack, so you can get a different look of it. And then Big or More, another card that like has been used for green, because it's one of the few options green has actually deal with big, like swarms of big costing cards. And it finally gets a reprint in this, which is quite nice. Like, it's always welcome reprints of cards that are actually decent, that are in low quantities in the game. Then we get the other yellow cards. We get Dragon Thunder, a bit too late since Red Sin got hit, but still, if Yellow Sin looks to be a little bit more playable and a lot stronger in the Echoing format, so it's a nice card to get, like in a nicer foil. And then Lord Slug Invader, a card that has been wanted for a reprint for a while, because yeah, it's just quite hard to get, being a draft box card, and a very good one at that, especially when paired with the 3-drop. And then Vegeta Lost Kingdom, a card that is seen play. I didn't see it like a Mecha. I think it's like the Meki Kabura cut deck, but it's not seen in many decks. But yeah, that's one. I think it only had an SR print, so that's cool. Then the last 3, we got Playtime's Over, a reprint of a card that people did want for a time when we had Dark Broly to get the 1-drops for the actual archetype out, which is quite cool. And then we got 2 Invoker support, because yeah, this whole second season is all about supporting Invoker, even though it's a dead and terrible deck. And we've got the other one with the SR print being Beerus and Whis, Universe 7 Destroying Angel being the other one that's the gold foiling, and like a new art of Sleepy Boy, because people want to get foils without getting the draft box for ones. They have a chance to with this, which is cool. So not too bad with the event packs, pretty good cards in it, like unlike the alt arts. But yeah, that's the event pack. And then we go on to the tokens, so we get token packs for this one. So the interesting thing they've done with this these few sets is I can't remember what we got. So we get reward cards for the regionals now. If it's online, you get 1, and if it's offline, you get 2, which is good because you can then trade them in. So you can either trade in 9 packs for a set of 6 alt art cards, which we don't know what they are yet, or trading just a single reward card to get a pack, which can get you 1 of 4 cards in the pack, which you can pull at random. And we still don't know what those cards are, so we don't know what is going, like how good these reward cards are going to be, but we're just getting them anyway from the regionals, just collecting them, trying to make sure just in case we need this set of 6 cards for 9 tokens is worth it, then we've got it. But then with the second lot of regional pricing, we get token packs, which is cool to finally get some more 4 tokens, different looking tokens, because we do love our tokens. And then with the third one, we'll come up in a bit. There's never a thing we're getting in addition instead of token packs. So there's 5 tokens you can get in these token packs. I think you get 1 in each pack. And there's these three, which are the normal foil one, and then we get two gold foil tokens. So the first one we get gold foil tokens, and we get mini packs, which is really nice. So we get a ghost token for the Gotenks deck, the magic token for the blue deck, and a shadow token for Goku Black deck, which seemed worth it. Like, I feel like with these token packs, they could have just made it 6 different tokens and have 4 of have more gold foil, and at least bring out the tokens people use for the token negates, because at least the token negates are regularly used in most colors, like they're almost a staple. Some people are dropping it, some decks are dropping them, some still using them, and it'd be nice to have just nicer falling versions of those, since they're a card that's really used. But instead we get these 3 tokens, which is alright. But then we get the better tokens, being the Ever 2, which are the gold foil, being the finally getting the Earthling tokens, and also finally, after a while now, getting the Demon Roll Soldier tokens. And both these are gold foiling, and they're full art as well. They look really nice. I know I'll be collecting as many Earthling tokens as I can, because I just reckon it looks quite cool, like the full art like that. And then also trying to get Demon Roll Soldier tokens. So when I play black decks and use a token negate, I actually have the proper token in this really nice look as well. Like, it looks really cool. So those are the new tokens, and then we go on to the winner card. So the winner card, being in fashion with the Invoker stuff, even though no one really plays it because it's a terrible deck and pretty skillless deck as well. We get the Invoker leader as the winner card. So this is going to be big money because, one, it's Goku, so Clix is going to eat that up, and it's gold, and you only get it for the winner as well. And we've seen that the other ones go for quite a bit, for the SS3 Goku one, and this being a Goku one for Invoker as well. Because remember the level 2 judge version of this card went for quite a bit, and made that like that brick of judge cards quite expensive. And this is going to be money, so it's going to be a good reason to play in them and try to win, which is cool. But then that brings a whole never issued into online ones where people try to cheat, people try to do it, as we've seen before. And then we have a look at some of the third regional season. So they put up the information about what we're going to get in the third regional season pricing. So this is from September to November, but we haven't got pictures of any cards. So we can see for participation, we get a Championship Z extra card pack. So instead of token packs, you get this Z extra card pack. So I imagine this is just like how we got at the I can't remember when the set with Z cards comes in. I think it's in August, maybe? No, because we're in June and we're getting this set. So maybe, yeah, maybe August or September. But yeah, we're going to get in these regionals. We're going to get a extra Z card pack so we can get some cool Z extra cards. We can get 4. We don't know how many Z extra cards are in it, but you just know we get 4 of these packs. That's quite decent. Then you get the Championship Selection Pack Volume 3. So the third one, which we haven't seen the promos for yet as well. So we're going to get the third lot of it, 5 of those, like we get normally. And once you get an event pack, this is a mistake as well. It says event pack 1, but they're just missing the 13. Because if you look at the top 16, it says event pack 13. So we also get free event pack 13. So that's what we normally get. So like how we've got for this new upcoming second season of regionals, we get the 4 token packs, the 5 champ packs, and then the free event packs. At least for online, we get the same as this, but we get the Z extra card pack instead of token packs. And if you play in an offline event, you also get an additional 5 exclusive versions of it. So you get the extra 5 packs, which is nice. I thought you got these instead of the ones that can get you random shit that you don't want as a chance at the brand new cards, which I don't know what band I did that. But yeah, you get these ones as well for extra 5 packs to get the 5 more chances to get the brand new cards, and then you get the French version because France is France. And then yeah, if you're offline, you get 2 token reward cards, and if you're online, you get 1 reward card. And then of course we got the friend campaign silver card for offline events when you go in 4 friends, and you be in the 5th to get some silver cards. So that's for participation. If you make top 64, you get an extra 2 champ packs. So that's quite cool. If you get top 16, you get an extra 4 champ packs, extra 2 event packs, and also you get one of the alt art card sets, which you don't know what those are yet. So we're still waiting to see what the cards are going to be for it. We'll probably see that as we get closer to the first season, because we only just started the second regional season. And if you're in America, you get invites, because yeah, that's how it's been. And in top 4, you complete your place of art cards by getting another 3 versions of them. So you can get a whole place if you come top 4, and also a booster box as well. And 4th place just misses out on getting a Kaioken. Well, if you're in America, 4th place just misses out, even though it should get a Kaioken. It misses out on a Kaioken because Bandai seem to hate 4th place. Like they like to include them, but then just say you're not good enough and not include them. It should be top 4 also gets this as well, but then top 3 you get a Kaioken. Yeah, the alt art serial number Kaioken Goku secret rare. But if you're in Europe, which I am and other people are, you don't get any more, because I'm guessing they've run out of the alt arts by the time it comes to September, because it's just if you're not in Europe, you get a Kaioken in top 3. If you're in Europe, okay, you don't get that. You just don't get any Goku anymore. So it's so top 3 is the same as top 4, so 3rd and 4th are now finally the same, but yes, as the cost of losing out on a good card. So that's a shame. And then champion, of course. Oh yeah, well, 2nd place then is exactly, yeah. So 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Sorry. 2nd, 3rd, and 4th all just get, for Europe anyway, just 3 extra old art packs and a box. They don't get a Goku. And then the champion, of course, gets his gold card and the winner playmat, as he should. So yeah, that is the pricing and information for the Yacht from this week. Then we move on to Webcam Locals results. So we've got three ones a week now. So we got the Tuesday one being the Tuesday Worldwide one. We had 20 players enter, and ended up being taken by Ricky with his 7Q deck going 4-0. And then the remaining places are so we got MTG Drop in 2nd with his new Android 21. Then we got followed by Abo with his Android 13 going 3-1. Remy with his new Android 21 going 3-1. Danny on his Zeno Sing going 3-1. Rafa with his Soul Striking going 3-1. And then lastly, Dr. Q8, which I've put as Dr. 18, going in 3-1 with his set 2 Vegito. And then from 8th, 9th, and 10th, all going 2-2, we got Bruh with his Magic Vegeta, Eric with his Android 18, and Bebo with his SSG Trunks. Then going to the Ever 10, we got 11th being Blue Hurricane with his U7 Goku going 2-2. And then the last 2-2 could be a Murasaki with his new Android 21 going 2-2 as well. Then we go on to the next 5, which are the ones that went 1-3. We got Woolwee with Magic Vegeta. We got Chanar playing Surge Q, which I think is quite cool. This is a leader that I saw someone put in one of our chats about someone playing it, and it actually looks pretty good with the new good like generic red and yellow ones. Like I know with Surge Broly there was that. Surge Broly getting support from both the generic green stuff and generic red stuff, and being a pretty decent, a bit fair Surge leader. And I forgot all about Surge Q because I remember it got errata, but yeah, it was never as bad as the Piccolo errata, but still it's not too bad, and people have been playing it, and Channel managed to go 14th, going 1-3 with it, which is cool. And we got Tom playing his Soul Striker, but this is a Soul Striker that had a load of Crit Ember stuff, so trying to play Soul Striker with the Crit Ember stuff going green-blue, and up 1-3. Got Geeples coming in with his Android 13 going 1-3, the opposite of Abo. Then we got the next one being Sleepy with his blue skills Gohan going 1-3. Then we had the last one that didn't drop being Abami, but we have no idea who played. Well, he played because he just dropped 4-0 and didn't report what it was, and he hasn't replied to check out what deck he was playing. So no idea what he was playing, but he went 0-4. And then we got the 2 people that dropped being C4 Zeno with his green cooler going 1-2, and then Kizoki being with his Reboot Goku Black going 1-2 as well. So that was the Tuesday locals. Then we got on to the first US one we started running, run by Mr. Frick. A massive appreciation to him for running it on behalf, because he's from America and it's too late for me to run it myself. But we did get a solid 8, and it went with, so a good 3 rounds. We had Draco Dragons with his Black Mass Saiyan deck going 3-0. Eric coming in 2nd with his Android 18 deck going 2-1. Sleeper going with Cool Mill this time, going 2-1. And then Rising Phoenix coming in with his Krillin deck, going 2-1 in 4th. Then we have Symbiote on his Pepperoni deck, playing the watered down Rildo deck, going 1-2. Mr. Frick was with his Android 13, going 1-2. Then we got Frank with Spirit Boost, Spirit Bomb deck going 1-2, and then Baden Black coming in just to play one round, drop with his Broly swap. So that was the Wednesday US one. Then we move on to the last one, being the Friday one, and we had a good 18 people to sign up for this one. And I ended up taking it myself with my Set 2 Vegeta, which the gameplay will be up tomorrow with the webcam, with my recordings. So if you want to check out the gameplay for that, check out for tomorrow. Then we got second place, Big O with his From Salsa deck, going 3-1 and used it to me in the last round. Then we got Mr. Frick, Reboot Cell, going 3-1, only loses to me as well. Then we got Biscuit with Xandra 21, going 3-1. Then the last 3-1 being Bebo with his Red Bardock, going 3-1 as well. The rest of them from 6th to 10th going 2-2. We got Danio with his Gogeta Zeno, Tattoo Journey, Danny with his Zeno Sim, Aratorum with Xandro 16. I don't know why that's yellow, I should change that to blue. That's my bad. AF Chicken with Satchak going 2-2, and then Johnny Septum with Starter Broly, same as he played a few weeks ago with having the Hirudegarn chain, because he loves the Hirudegarn chain. And so that is from 1st to 10th. So we'll go on to the last 8. So we got 11th, we got DJ Dulux with a Set 1 Broly, OG Broly going 1-3. And then the last one that didn't before they dropped was Abo with under 13 going 1-3. Then the 6 we had that dropped, we have Castoma, Mekibara. I think he just dropped out because it was getting quite late, because I think he was playing from Italy, which was 2 hours ahead. So by the time we got to the last round, it was he had to sign off because it was getting too late. But went still 2-1 with Mekibara. Remy dropping at 1-2 with Expert 21, so I don't think he's joined this 21. Dr. Q8 with Magenta dropping 1-2. Rockhead dropping 0-3 with Reboot Goku Black, and Sin in Ada and Gionzi dropping with their yellow Syndax 0-2. I think at least Gionzi, Chio, I know he's having issues with his camera, so he dropped off because of that. It was annoying him with his, I think with his back as well from how he had it set up. So that was the Webcam Locals results from this week, and also for the news for this week. So yep, that's it from me for this week. Thank you for watching. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.